2024. The year Tesla lost its crown. The year 2024 will go down in history as the year Tesla lost its crown. For the first time ever, a Chinese automaker outsold Elon Musk in electric vehicles. Its name? BYD, short for Build Your Dreams. 4.3 million vehicles sold, a 41% year-over-year growth, and profits that have doubled in just 24 months. The Oracle of Omaha saw it coming. Warren Buffett, who invested back in 2008, has multiplied his stake by 30. And it's easy to see why. BYD's new sedans rival the likes of Mercedes and BMW. Napa leather massage seats, 15-inch rotating OLED screens, autonomous driving, 10-minute fast charging with their Blade battery, 23-speaker premium audio systems, electrochromic panoramic roofs, and most impressively, 2,100 kilometers, 1,300 miles of range. All this for the price of a Volkswagen Golf. On paper, it's enough to make any car enthusiast drool. But behind the glitz and glamour, cracks are starting to show. Some analysts claim BYD may be hiding $44 billion in debt through complex financial structures. Meanwhile, shocking images have emerged of thousands of abandoned vehicles sitting in giant parking lots. Nearly 100,000 cars have been recalled due to a steering column defect, raising concerns about fire hazards from short circuits. So today, we're diving into what some are calling the biggest lie in the auto industry, because BYD is either the greatest success story of the 21st century or the next Evergrande. And the difference between the two will decide who controls the roads over the next decade. The hidden secret that turns millionaires into billionaires. Before we get deeper into BYD, a quick question. Do you know the well-kept secret that turns millionaires into billionaires? Here's a hint. It's an asset class that's outperformed the S&P 500 over the past 20 years, private equity. It's the crown jewel of any well-diversified portfolio. The only catch: entry into the best funds usually requires hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of euros. That's where our partner Fundora comes in. Fundora democratizes access to top global private equity funds starting from just 100 euros. Don't miss your chance to diversify your portfolio with 15 to 20 companies per fund and historical net returns averaging over 20%. Their intuitive platform makes it easy, offering access to various strategies like LBO, secondary, impact investing, venture capital, infrastructure, and more, from just 100 euros. Sign up now via the link in the description and don't miss next week's special opportunity to enter the world of private equity with Fundora. Your portfolio will thank you. The BYD miracle. How they conquered the world. To understand BYD's rise, we have to go back to its roots. In 1995, in Shenzhen, a 29-year-old engineer named Wang Chuanfu, from a humble farming family, borrowed 300,000 yuan from a cousin to start a small battery factory. His obsession? Replicate Japanese tech for 40% less. Within a few years, BYD was supplying Motorola and Nokia. But Wang had bigger dreams. In 2003, in a bold move, he bought Qinchuan Auto, a failing car manufacturer. The Chinese business press mocked him. A battery maker trying to compete with Toyota? How absurd. But 5 years later, things changed. Warren Buffett invested $230 million. His right-hand man, Charlie Munger, said, "This Wang Chuanfu is a mix of Edison and Jack Welch." What makes BYD unique is its extreme vertical integration. While Tesla buys batteries from Panasonic and Volkswagen relies on hundreds of suppliers, BYD makes everything in-house: batteries, semiconductors, motors, power electronics, even windshields and headlights. This gives them incredible flexibility. When the global chip shortage hit in 2021, BYD ramped up internal production and gained market share. When lithium prices soared, they benefited directly from their own mines in Tibet and South America. In their factories in Shenzhen, Xi'an, and Changsha, a car rolls off the line every 50 seconds, 24/7, with 85% automation, a record in China. Their most impressive plant is in Chongqing, dedicated to the Blade battery, a breakthrough lithium iron phosphate technology that's safer and 30% cheaper to produce than conventional lithium-ion batteries. Ford and Toyota have already signed on to use it in future models. Global expansion, unmatched growth. Thanks to all these competitive advantages, BYD's global expansion has been explosive. In Thailand, they captured 40% of the EV market in 18 months by offering not just cars, but an entire ecosystem. Fast chargers every 150 kilometers, free training for 10,000 local mechanics, 8-year transferable warranties, and 24/7 customer service. In Israel, they adapted batteries to withstand 50 degrees Celsius desert heat. In Brazil, they're developing ethanol-electric flex-fuel hybrids. In Norway, a very demanding EV market, their Tang EV ranked in the top 5 right after launch. Strategic partnerships are multiplying. Uber ordered 100,000 vehicles for its urban fleets. Amazon is testing BYD vans for last-mile deliveries. Even Shell, the oil giant, is installing BYD chargers at its European stations. Behind this expansion is a clear vision. Wang Chuanfu has said, in 10 years, 1 in 3 cars sold globally will be Chinese. And of those, half will be BYD. To reach this goal, BYD is investing 15 billion euros in R&D over 3 years, employing 200,000 engineers focused on solid-state battery tech. They've opened R&D centers in Stuttgart, Tokyo, and Detroit to recruit top Western talent. They're also preparing for a post-car future with SkyRail, their urban monorail system already in 6 Chinese cities, solar panels powering Asia's largest photovoltaic park, and energy storage batteries stabilizing the California power grid. It's a dream story. A visionary founder, a company built from nothing, revolutionizing the global auto industry through innovation and Chinese efficiency. The perfect embodiment of the Chinese dream championed by Xi Jinping, but maybe a bit too perfect. Cracks in the empire. The GMT research bombshell behind this flawless image. The first cracks are emerging, and the biggest comes from GMT Research, a forensic accounting firm from Hong Kong, that in January 2025, they published a bombshell report claiming BYD's real debt isn't 42 billion yuan, as officially declared, but 323 billion, 7 times higher. How? Through a tactic called supply chain financing. BYD delays payments to suppliers by an average of 275 days, almost 9 months. In the auto industry, the norm is 50 to 60 days. These delayed payments are essentially disguised debt. GMT Research reconstructed BYD's financials and concluded that the company is hiding $44 billion in liabilities. More alarming? Supplier payables have been growing 41% annually, while revenue only grows 23%. It's eerily similar to Evergrande before its collapse. BYD denies it and claims to hold 154.9 billion yuan in cash. But as GMT points out, if they have so much cash, why make suppliers wait 9 months? The quality problem and the recalls begin. This financial pressure might also explain declining quality in some models. Warning signs have multiplied since 2023. In September 2024, 96,714 Dolphin and Yuan Plus vehicles were recalled due to steering column defects, risking fires. On Weibo, Chinese users share countless complaints: radios failing after 3 months, GPS errors, dead 12V batteries overnight, wipers stopping midstorm. The Sea Lion SUV launch led to 4,700 complaints in a week, a record for a domestic automaker. Sales dropped 60% the next month. International markets fared no better. In Germany, mold was found in new cars. In the Netherlands, paint peeled off after the first wash. In Israel, dashboard plastics warped under heat. One European importer reported cars arriving 6 months late in poor condition, forcing them to do quality checks themselves. Worse still, the Brazil scandal. In December 2024, BYD was sued by the Labor Ministry for slave-like conditions at its Bahia factory. 163 Chinese workers lived in squalor, had passports confiscated, worked 14 hours a day with no rest days. The scandal reached President Lula himself. Faking sales numbers, the 0 kilometers used car trick. What's really alarming the finance world? Suspicion that BYD is inflating sales numbers. The trick is called 0 kilometers used cars. Cars are registered by shell companies or rental firms, counted as sold, then immediately relisted as used, even though no end customer bought them.